Overtime! This is it. We're in the home stretch, wrapping up this restoration of my Ms. Pac-Man. You know, this is by far the longest running project that I've done, both on this channel and before I started this channel. I got this cabinet. I bought this cabinet back in July of 2022, and I really started working on the restoration project back in September of 2022. It is now the end of December 2024. So that's well over 2 years that I've spent working on this project, but we're almost there. We're almost done. You know, the thing that really took me the longest was sorting out the stencil situation. You know, it took forever to get the stencils, and then I had to figure out what to do with the paint because all the paint codes had changed. So I had to get things, you know, rematch the colors and everything, but it came out okay. And yeah, now we're in the home stretch. So yeah, I've done a couple of things with this lately. I've released a couple of videos. If you saw the live stream that I did as part of the 12 Days of Arcademas, I recapped chassis for a different monitor that I'm putting into this game. Originally, I was going to stick a G07 in here. This came with a Cortec. Cortec makes no sense for this game, so the Cortec went into the Cubert that I sold to Mark from Back to the Media Arcade earlier this year. And then I was going to put a G07 in, and I rebuilt a G07 2 years ago now for it. But I went through all my spare monitors, and I found one that had, you know, this is a 4900 that had really, you know, heavy Ms. Pac-Burn, specifically Ms. Pac-Burn, as you can see right there. And grabbed the chassis on it. The chassis on it was kind of screwed up, so I actually grabbed a different 4900 chassis, rebuilt that, you know, new cap kit and stuff, reflow, etc. In a live stream, and it worked, but I had mismatched a 3-pot 4900 chassis with a 4-pot, you know, tube and yoke, so it wasn't perfect. So off camera, I actually grabbed the original chassis from this monitor, got it all fixed up, cap kit, figured out what was wrong with it. It was actually just the fuse, the F501 pigtail fuse. So this monitor is now completely good to go. What else did I do off camera? I put new T-molding on, you know, beautiful black leather texture T-molding, just like the original. You know, I like to keep the T-molding original colors. Other folks will put weird colors on their cabinets, but not me, so we're looking good. Obviously, I got the monitor installed into the cabinet, and a couple more things that I did. You know, I really couldn't help myself. I went and I grabbed the PCB and temporarily stuck it in the cabinet. You can see wires are all dangling here, and I installed the transformer assembly down to the bottom of the cabinet and just kind of dangled. I've got the harness wires draped across everywhere. And like I said, the PCB temporarily stuck back into the cabinet. I've got it plugged back into the wiring harness for power and the monitor for the video signal. Just because, you know, this, where's my tripod? This, this PCB has been stuck in a box for 2 years. And I have no idea if this thing still works. I'm just grabbing the tripod. So, you know, before I go any farther, I'm hoping to finish this project in a single episode, but not if the PCB is all screwed up. So we'll get set up here on the tripod, and we can test out this PCB, and hopefully everything is still good, and we're not back to the drawing board. So, like I said, I've got the PCB temporarily in there. I've got some wires running in various places. Here is the main power cord. I'm going to plug this into my new retractable reel power. And yeah, I think all I need to do is down here, pull the interlock switch. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. I can hear the HV coming on the monitor. No smoke or anything off the PCB, which is a good sign. And let's come around to the front of the cabinet here and see if we got anything on the screen. There we go, Ms. Pac-Man. Look at that burn, but it'll be covered up by tint, and of course it's the it's the same game, so that's not so bad. All right, so that's a good sign. Let me start pulling the rest of the parts and pieces together, and we can begin final assembly of this cabinet. All right, I got the wiring harness sort of reinstalled, rehung the right way, and the PCB is now permanently installed in the cabinet. And I think I got the harness sort of in all the original holes with the sort of wire ties, that sort of thing. I think I've got the grounding strap sort of where it's supposed to be. I think there's supposed to be more of them, but we'll we'll make do with what we've got. And I also, last night we had the monthly members only live stream. It's one of the perks of being a Overtime Arcade channel member. And I rebuilt the coin door. I had all the rusty parts, have been sitting in a vat of Vaporust for a day or so. And so the coin door is ready to go. Now, I think it's really just a matter of reassembly, so we can just start putting things together, which is really exciting. So here is the speaker. This is a 6x9, 8 ohm, I think shielded speaker. And this has seen better days. I swear I had purchased a replacement, but now I can't find it. So this is gonna have to, I guess, make do for now. I'll get a new one in my next order with Arcade Shop, a new replacement. All right, put it on like this, attaching the wires like that. Okay, and let's see, this is the Marquee light power, and this is a grounding strap. Okay, and the speaker grill is right here, and it sort of gets, I guess, sandwiched on with these carriage bolts. So let me line up the first one here and get it poking through. And of course, I forgot to grab one of the caps nuts. Okay, don't fall over. All right. I'll go ahead and get this bolted in real quick. Okay, now that the speaker and speaker grill are fully installed, I'll come in here with the Marquee light assembly. All right, so this just attaches on from underneath with 3 hex screws. So I'll attach these real quick. Okay, it's looking good. And we have our fluorescent tube in here, F15 T12 cool white. And I'll just fish this kind of behind before making the connection, like so. All right. That looks good. And we need our, where is it? Lower marquee bracket, which is this one, and this right here. All right. And it actually uses some security screws. You can see that. So let me go fish out the correct screwdriver bit for this. All right, and I left it on just a little bit loose. That'll make it easier to get our marquee in just a second. And here is our, actually, before I do that, I got to put the marquee in. Yeah, all right. And this probably could stand to be cleaned a little bit, but we can do that from the outside once it's all set up. So there we go. Yeah, a little dusty. It's been in the garage for 2 years. You know, cut me some slack. All right. Coming on like this. Lining up the holes. It's smart that Valley Midway used security screws here, because otherwise, you know, punk teenagers back in the day would come into the arcade with a regular old screwdriver and take home a souvenir. You know, and a security bit really isn't, you know, going to stop anyone who's motivated, but, you know, someone who's not really thinking about it. Will, you know, it'll slow them down. All right. How does that look? That's pretty cool. Starting to look like a real arcade machine. Back down at the monitor, we can install the Shroud and Tinted Plexi. So these are two pieces. The Shroud sort of, you know, kind of helps prevent light from leaking around. And the Tinted Plexi actually helps cover up some of the, like, I don't know if it's working yet, covers up the screen burn just a little bit. And we've got these little clips here. So, you know, you saw there's this sort of part of the frame designed for these types of midway cabinets where you attach this shroud. And then there's these little plastic clips that screw into that sort of frame piece to hold them in place. So, I grab my screwdriver and we can screw these on. Be a little bit tricky to line up the holes, but you can just bend the metal, bend the metal frame to go where you want it to go. Keep that one kind of loose while I get the other ones lined up. Okay, with the Shroud and Tinted Plexi secure, we can turn our attention a little bit lower. I've got 3 of these control panel latches that I need to reinstall. One goes in the front, or in the middle right here, and then one on either side. So let me go ahead and get this screwed in, or all 3 of these screwed in. All right, all 3 control panel latches are secure, and we can take our attention down even further. And we'll get the coin bucket holder installed. Which is this right here. It holds the coin bucket in place. And I will delicately hold it in while I push our carriage bolts through. All right, that was more awkward than I expected to get that thing in there. And now we can put the coin door back in, our freshly rebuilt coin door. All right, look at that, it's all dusty. But yeah, I think that came out pretty nice. Pretty nice. And this should be, hopefully, a functional coin door. I just put fresh bulbs in it for the coin door lights. Okay. Yep. And let me get the bolts on and attach the grounding strap. Each one's going to get a washer and a Kep's nut, so I'll put these on real quick. All right, I got 3 of the bolts bolted down. I'm noticing now, I think I saw this before, the coin counter is missing. Was it missing when I got this thing? Anyway, we can reconnect our Molex connector. Has to really squeeze it. There we go. One more for the control panel. Yeah, and I left one of the bolts undone because that's where the grounding strap's going to go, and it's also going to grab onto the grounding strap from the control panel. So here is our coin bucket. I don't have a lid for it, but that's okay. So that looks good. Close that. I'll grab grab a rag. We'll wipe the dust off of this real quick. All right, how's that looking? Okay. Looking pretty good. All right, what is next? Let's readjust the tripod here. Got something I got to install on the back of the cabinet. So we will turn it around. Oh, and the coin door is swinging open. Don't turn it that way. Note to self. All right. And again, this is serial number 925, which is also supported by the paper tag on the inside of the cabinet. It says serial number 925. So very early serial number for Ms. Pac-Man. And this looks kind of messy. I already cleaned these, but they're still not great. These are the handles for the cabinet. They go here and here, so you can grab onto it. Make it easy to, move it around. So each of these gets 6 hex screws. So let me go install these real quick. All right. And we've got the the bezel bracket or bezel retainer or whatever you want to call it. This is the slot that the bezel kind of rests on in the back. So we'll screw this thing on. Okay. And with that out of the way, we're going to turn our attention way over here, back over on the workbench with the control panel. So if we take a look down here, obviously this is the upside down control panel. Looks, you know how it looks like. And this is the part of the metal control panel that's going to rest on the glass bezel. And we don't like that. And originally there would have been a rubber foam strip here to protect it. And it's gone. So this is what I got to replace it. This is super cheap. This is like $2 or $3. It's just like self-stick weather seal. So we'll pop this open and we will take off this. Okay. Brand new one. I have another one. I can't find it. And we will cut a strip to length. I'll just put it right on. Goes about there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we will cut it off. All right. And press this on like so. And peel this off. And this will help. See, and this side isn't sticky. This will help protect the glass bezel, which I just so happen to have right over here. So we'll come back to the cabinet. Sorry for spinning you all around. Okay, let's see. We're almost there. We're almost there. Spin this around. Yep, that's the wrong way to spin it without a lock to hold the coin door closed. And how about that for optimal lighting? How's that? Look at that. Who needs a producer? Jeez. All right. We have our bezel, our glass bezel over here. I'll grab it and bring it over. And this thing isn't perfect. This has some patina. And, if you know me, I embrace the patina. So, this is definitely not too bad where I would get a reproduction. Oh, and the bracket's too tight on the back. Yeah, let me loosen that up real quick. Hold on. Okay, I loosened up that bezel bracket. So this should go in just fine now. Yep. And there we go. And I can tighten that up in a second. Like I was saying, this thing is, certainly far from perfect. There's some scratches and whatever. Can't even quite see it. All right. See it right there. This and up there and right here, probably the worst, but it's not to the point, certainly not to the point where I would replace it. And, I could spray triple thick on the back and then, match with acrylic paints, kind of, get a, restore it that way, but I say embrace the patina. So that's what we're going to do. And now I can bring our control panel over, and with the, I'm going to actually put another layer of that stripping on because it's not quite reaching. Hang on. Okay, I went back and doubled up on that foam tape just to really make sure we're not going to damage anything. Line it up like that. Okay, and let me fish out the wires here. Okay, and hopefully these latches and everything line up. So I'm trying the middle one here. And there it is way up there. There we go. And this one goes over here. All right. That's all good. And we will make our Molex connection for the control panel. There we go. And I'm going to go tie up the down there, the grounding straps. And then there's just one last thing that we need to do on the front of this cabinet. It'll be naked without it. So yeah, I'm going to go get that grounding strap squared away, and then we will install the last missing piece on this cabinet before we're ready for a play test. All right, have you guessed what the absolute last piece I need to add is? Have you guessed it yet? Well, it's all the way down here at the bottom, and it's the kick plate. So Ms. Pac-Man and some other Bally Midway games that came in this cabinet, although not Pac-Man. I think Galaga did. And there's some slight variations between those cabinets. Burger Time had this too. A kick plate that goes down here at the bottom. And I guess, this was to protect maybe the cabinet from people, using a wet mop to clean floors right up next to the cabinet. And I got a replacement here. This is from Arcade Shop. And the only thing that I was kind of debating was exactly how I wanted to mount it. I think it was originally stapled on, but I've heard from folks that have had issues where the staples, were so powerful they cracked this thing. And it's just, a piece of plastic. So what I did was, using my awl, AWL, I punched 6 holes into the kick plate, and then inserted some very tiny, like, finishing nails into them. And then, yeah, it'll be silver, but I can cover them up with like Sharpie or something like that. So I'm going to come over here and very carefully try to nail this onto the cabinet, getting it on straight and everything on my first try. So here goes. Okay, there we go. That wasn't so bad at all. And I'll just cover the head of this one with some black Sharpie, and you'll never notice it. Yeah, I know, a little lame, but hey, if it works, it works. We can peel off this protective coating, and would you look at that? Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Guys, Ms. Pac-Man is done. This game is completely done, and I think we're ready to fire this up. So let me position some things around here. We will get a good angle with the tripod so you can see everything lit up in its full glory. All right, that looks like a good angle. So I can slide over here and plug it into my retractable power cord right here. All right, and I will pull the interlock switch, and I'm going to hit the main power in 3, 2, 1. All right, marquee light is on. Coin door lights are on. Come on, monitor. And the monitor's on. Oh my goodness. It's done. You know, a little bit of part of me is like, you know, is the focus on this flyback not perfect? We might have to investigate that at some point. I might have to put another flyback in this monitor. But for now, I'm going to say it is done. Completely done. Let's turn off the house lights and see what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at that. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me get the tripod set up, and we're gonna play some Ms. Pac-Man. All right, guys, how does that look? I think it looks pretty darn good. So I've got a handful of quarters here. Let's coin up and see what we get. That one's jammed. That didn't work. There we go. Let's see if I can. Yeah, okay. Coin return button worked. Nope, that didn't trigger. Nope. Okay, well we got one credit on. Let's go ahead and start a game. Look at that. The speaker works even though it's kind of blown. All right. Guys, we are playing Ms. Pac-Man. This is crazy. I started this. Oh, I can hear the speaker's kind of blown. I can hear that. So I'm going to have to order a new one relatively soon. Well, and the cabinet's a little shaky on the furniture dolly, but that's no big deal. So yeah, we'll order a new, almost. There we go. There we go. We got him. Got him dead to rights. I can't get that cherry in time. We'll just clear the level out. We're not going for a high score here. Whoa! I got the cherry. Okay. I started this restoration on the 5th episode that I ever released on this channel. The 5th episode. I think it was October of 2022. And this is, I believe, the 131st episode on my channel. Over 2 years later. And we're finally done. We're finally done. This game is working. Oh, I almost... Oop, yeah, there, I got caught. Oh, my goodness. Have you... Let me ask you something. Did you... Who of you out there have been watching since the first episode in this project? Be honest. Leave me a comment down below if you've been with me through the entire duration of this project. I want to hear about it. How long have you been waiting? I know a lot of folks have really been waiting for this, especially the stencils and, you know, just everything. But finally it's done. Here we go. I earned a free life. Whoops. And we'll go here. Come on, you. Oh, they all got away from me. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I want to... Oh, here's our cutscene where we have Pac-Man, who, believe it or not, appears in Ms. Pac-Man as a non-playable character. There we go. Let's see how far we can get on one credit. But yeah, if you've been with me since the beginning, I want to hear about it, guys. Let me know. Let me know all about it. Got the orange. Yeah, I am not the best player. And I know Ms. Pac-Man is not nearly as patternable as the original Pac-Man, and I don't even have the patterns memorized for that one. Okay. Oops. Got caught in the tunnel. But we almost have this level cleared. Or this this board. Yeah, maybe I need to do a little bit of work to get the you know, the burn sort of perfectly matched, because it's not perfectly matched. I can sort of see it coming through the blue. But I can mess with the monitor a little bit for that, but it looks great. Okay. Think you can get me? Whoops. Red got me again. I want to get that pretzel, though. I want to get that pretzel. Yeah. They're kind of cornering me. Look at it's the power pellet barely lasts. Can't get me. All right. Yeah, but for any of you that have been watching this the whole time, I want to say thank you. I appreciate your viewership, your loyalty, all your support. Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. Not too shabby, not too shabby. You know, and I'm not focusing on score right here. Yep, that's not going to do it. Well, guys, there you have it. We're finally at the end. Ms. Pac-Man is done. And yeah, I have been thinking about putting this in the basement, but actually, I think I'm going to put this my office at work. I'm starting to run out of space in the basement, and I got a ton of space at work. So I think that's what we're going to do. You know, in the meantime, I can play Ms. Pac on the bit kit. I got a bit kit installed in my Deco Burger Time, so we can always play Ms. Pac at home. And you know, believe it or not, way back over there, you're probably not going to be even able to see it. I have another Ms. Pac Mini, the cabaret version of Ms. Pac-Man, as a project that I need to restore. But yeah, this is awesome. This is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, probably going to have it at work. I need to get a lock for the front. I need to put the back door back on. But Ms. Pac-Man is done. It is done. So yeah, if this is your first time on the channel, you have been missing out. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode of Overtime Arcade. I release new episodes, you know, basically every Sunday. Sometimes it's Monday, sometimes it's late. Sometimes I'll throw a short during the middle of the week or a live stream or something like that. But you know, this is day 11 of the 12 Days of Arcademas. So this is not the normal time of year. It's not a normal schedule. And yeah, day 12, this is going to be a lot of fun. So this video right here is coming out on New Year's Eve. And on New Year's Day, just after midnight, so around 12:15 a.m. Eastern Time, just after the ball drops, I'll be going live. We'll do a live stream. We'll talk about the year in review, everything I got accomplished on this channel and in this hobby over the past year. We'll talk about what's coming in the future. We'll play some games. We'll have a lot of fun. So yeah, like we always do, this is the third year we've done Arcademas. It's the third time we've done our New Year's live stream. So, you know, if you're on Eastern Time, say goodnight to your kids, significant other, wife, whatever, spouse. Kiss them, put them to bed, and then hop on YouTube and watch the live stream. And if you're not on Eastern Time, well, you can watch this in lieu of the New Year's shows on TV. So yeah, but yeah, if this is your first time, hit that subscribe button. Do everything the algorithm wants you to do. Like, share, comment. Tell me about your memories of playing Ms. Pac-Man. Do you own a Ms. Pac-Man machine? Have you ever restored one? Do you want to get one of these? And if you really want to support the channel, the best way to do it, you've heard me talk about this before, is to become an Overtime Arcade channel member. You'll join over 100 people that are part of this channel membership program. Basically, the way it works is you donate $1.99 a month, and in exchange, you get access to some awesome perks. You get a monthly members-only live stream. We just did one the other day. I put together the coin door and did a bunch of other stuff. You get early access to all new videos, typically about a day in advance, sometimes even earlier. And you also, most importantly, you get access to our private members-only Discord server, which is super awesome, a lot of fun. Everyone's really positive and supporting each other in this hobby, collecting, restoring, playing all these games. And yeah, click the join button down below to learn more about what it means to become an Overtime Arcade channel member. And I really appreciate the ongoing support of all the awesome folks who are part of that program. But yeah, and for everyone else, thank you so much for watching. This has been a really fun project, over 2 years. It's finally done. It's no longer hanging over my head. And yeah, really, really happy about it. So I think that'll do it here. As always, you've been watching Overtime Arcade. I'm Charlie, and I'll see you next time.
Overtime!